I got 5 things that I want you to take away from the latest press conference with head coach Bryan Harsin of Auburn football, where he previews the Arkansas game week, looking back a little bit towards the bye week, what's been going on since Ole Miss. We're going to dive into the questions he was asked and the answers that he gave in this video. Before we get started, always want to remind you to smash that like button down below if you enjoy this type of content, and be sure to leave a comment as you're watching the video. Also will help enter you into our latest giveaway to win a signed Auburn football. Details are available in the description. And I also want to thank members of our booster club like Kevin Nelson who help produce videos like this. As a reminder, the press conferences are always available here on E2C Network if you want to go watch them in full, to have the context, the exact questions that were asked, the exact answers. We're going to be diving into a summary of sorts by giving you these 5 takeaways, things that I think are important for you to take away and know about what was said during the press conference. Takeaway number 1 is about what the team's status is in terms of injuries, roster moves, things like that. And with a bye week, you would expect a lot of things to be healed up, and that coach did report that a lot of people that had either been dinged up, limited, and maybe out completely do seem to be back and more available now. No real specifics detailed about this, but one interesting point that I thought he brought up that a lot of people forget is that it's not just the fact that injuries affect people playing in the games. It affects the game week, the prep, the practice time that they have as well, which ultimately affects the game too. Something that they've been really dealing with and maybe are having less problems now with extra time. Other roster things of note to point out: Zykevius Walker has been reported to have left the team a few weeks ago. Coach did clarify that that happened right after Georgia, and that is officially true. He is no longer with the team. And the last thing, Jordan Ingram, backup running back, had a meniscus tear in practice. He will no longer be able to participate the rest of the season, out 3 to 4 months after having surgery to fix that. Takeaway number 2, this is moving into talking about Arkansas, and that is talking about quarterback KJ Jefferson of the Arkansas Razorbacks, who is quite a beast to handle. Coach noted how just formidable he is in terms of his physicality, how he's not afraid to go in there and mix it up with people in the pile to get that extra yardage. He's good over the ground. He's good in the air. He's just a weapon that's going to be something they really have to find a way to neutralize, especially when you look back to the Ole Miss game when Jackson Dart gave us a few fits. We'll really have to see if some of the coaching and preparation that this last 2 weeks has taken effect to neutralize KJ Jefferson. Takeaway number 3, we got Jeremiah Wright discussion, offensive lineman who's been really trying to find his home. Coach was asked about how he has been inserted into the offensive lineman after going back and forth. It's funny, he even said he's just gone from defensive line, offensive line to defensive line. Now he's back here again. He's finally found his place, it seems like, because he and a couple others, I'm sure, made a huge impact during the Ole Miss game. And it's not just what you're seeing in the game. The practicing has been picking up for him as well, which has obviously, helped him really be able to have more time available to him, to trust him more, but because of injuries and stuff, that opportunity came available. It's just all about where preparation meets opportunity. Takeaway number 4 that I have for you is about the run defense that we all lamented at the Ole Miss game, and something that we're really going to have to focus on. Coach Harsin even pointed out himself how formidable their run game seems to be, whether it's KJ Jefferson running the ball or the running backs running the ball for Arkansas, something that we're really going to have to shore up, because at Ole Miss, the issue was that Coach even pointed out the 3 problems that were not filling in gaps, not having great tackling, poor tackling, to be honest with you, and people being out of position. All of those things that he pointed out, they have addressed over the past 2 weeks and feel like they're going to make some progress. Now it's just a point of going out there and executing on that coaching side of things. And finally, takeaway number 5 that I have for you is more about a quote and a discussion around it. He was asked, do you see the potential for this team to get significantly better over the next 5 games, the last 5 games of the season? He said, simply put, we better. And I think that's a really funny thing. I've already seen it on social media, everybody having fun with that. Listen, there's a sense of urgency for everybody, us as fans, for the coaches, for the players, everybody involved, right? We want to see this thing get better. They've really, worked hard to do that, and it doesn't seem like we're seeing a lot of that in the games and stuff like that. Coach continues to note that their practices continue to get better. Go ahead and make fun of that if you want to, but it is the truth that those things obviously are starting to kind of show up in the games a little bit, not to the extent that we were comfortable with. But the one thing that he pointed out during this question and answer period that I really liked was that the problems that they have are fixable. It's just a matter of when will those fixes they've been putting in place constantly will actually start to show up more significantly on the field. If you had a problem of people quitting on the team, whether that be staff, other people, players, that's a bigger problem that really is hard to fix in and of itself and will not allow you to fix other problems. So we'll probably find ourselves in a much better situation than people think. So those are my 5 takeaways from the press conference. Would love to hear some of your thoughts, whether it's about what I talked about here, something else that I didn't discuss from the press conference where you watch. Let's keep that conversation going down there below. The comments obviously will help enter yourself into our giveaway for a signed Auburn football. Check out the description link for more details about that. On your way out, still check out the description for ways you can help support our content, such as becoming a channel member here, a Booster Club member. Any of that is much appreciated, but we just appreciate you being here, hanging out with us, and smashing that like button. Until we talk to you again here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience, War Eagle.